I am not on the brakes. This thing is braking on its own. This is just a short video, guys, giving you guys a little brief example on the self-driving, if you want to call it, lane keeping, distance keeping ability on this Copart 2020 Toyota Corolla. That means if you got one like mine that hasn't been wrecked, this is something that you can expect your car to be able to do. If you're in California or you're in places where you get that bumper-to-bumper traffic, you can get this self-stopping traffic management system for yourself, which is great. I don't recommend that you just keep your hands off the wheel. What's great about this is the car literally will accelerate and brake on its own, keep a fair distance between you and the next. Now, it is technology. It's not made to drive itself. It could fail. But this is just giving you a brief example of me. I don't have to touch anything in the car. We're basically in bumper to bumper traffic, and I just let the car manage my distance. Look, see, it says hold the steering wheel. Yeah. It's like hold the steering wheel. And if you leave your hands off the steering wheel, and I know they have things you can buy online to make the wheel think you're touching it, I don't recommend that. Again, this is not a Tesla. It's not made to be an autonomous car completely on its own. Could it with the existing gear? Probably. It probably could. But you can see here it's already making its own adjustments with the wheel. It's also making its own, distance adjustments. And this thing literally keeps the car in the complete middle of the lane. It doesn't like, my Audi used to like bounce off the lines. Ding, 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 ding. This thing literally just keeps itself in the lane, moves along with traffic. I don't have to touch anything. It adjusts its speed by the distance. And I can set the distance to different amounts in here, which is kind of cool. Now you're gonna, like, people are like, it's Toyota Corolla, it's a cheap ass car. But this is the kind of thing, like, this is the kind of tech now that is, in 2020, that's even being thrown into what you would consider a budget vehicle. This thing is modestly spec'd. There's no leather seats or anything like that. There's no Tiptronic transmission. It's, oh wow, I hear that Jake brake. I'm like, yo, please don't rear end the Copart car that we just got done fixing. Oh, anyways, I like the system. It's pretty reliable. It works pretty great. As long as I touch the wheel like every once in a while, probably similar to what you see in a Tesla, it'll manage itself. You can see it's accelerating on its own. You can see we're getting up here to 40. I haven't touched the gas pedal. You can see I'm not touching anything down here, okay? My foot is not on the brake or the gas. Now, the one thing I do worry about, like, see this motorcycle? I worry that it might not see a motorcycle, or we're in a construction zone. Will it be able to see the lines, or what happens? The one thing I've seen that it really messes up are when the lines disappear. Then it just will beep at you and it doesn't know where to go. See, like right now it's freaking out about this motorcycle and it will give like way too much distance. But we can put our turn signal on and switch lanes, and she'll start to accelerate a little bit on her own. All right, and we're still in the middle lane. The car is still doing its own thing. I'm not touching the brake or the gas, just letting it roll. And overall, the system works pretty well. This is not like a full detailed review of the autonomous capability of the Toyota Corolla, the 2020 Toyota Corolla, just that I thought it was cool. It was like some cool shit. If you look at some of the videos I've done on the BMW i3, and you can see it's handling the turn just fine. If you've seen some of the videos I've done on the BMW i3 from back in the day, like I let that car do the thing, park itself, and they had the remote for a little while. If you hacked the system, they had the remote thing where you could make it call. It's kind of cool. And now we're seeing, I think they're doing that now. I think that system is live on Tesla. But this is kind of cool to see that, for you guys that are in those areas where you have bumper to bumper traffic, that you can literally just let the car, again, I'm not telling you to let the car drive itself. I'm not saying that the system is that reliable. It's just cool, like if you got to take a phone call, if you just want to do something real quick, if you got to, I'm not saying if you reach for something that the car is not going to rear end somebody. I'm just saying it's a cool system. It's cool technology. I love tech. I love to see technology in a car, especially if it's in a cheap car like this. So anyways, this is not one of my normal Copart or rebuild videos or race videos or anything like that, but it was just something cool as far as tech, and I used to do that with the BMW i3 and the i8 and some of those other cars. If you liked the video, smash the thumbs up button. If you have more questions or want to know something more about the Toyota you know, self-driving, you know, lane departure, cruise control system. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to try to address it. But like I said, she's just cruising along, doing her own thing, staying in her own lane. Pretty cool.